brilliant, but had this process. And unharnessed brilliance will get you only so far. But he harnessed it into a process. And, he came up with a lot of the philosophical points that guided Warren. The big one he's credited with is that he convinced Warren to stop looking in the gutter for cigar butts that others had thrown away that had one puff left. And instead of trying to buy okay companies at great prices, try to buy great companies at okay prices. And that's why Buffett and Berkshire became what they did.
You talked there a little bit about pattern recognition and the ability to say this is one of those. And obviously there's a lot of interest at the moment in your view of the current investment environment. And I know you've been on a big trip around Asia and the like over the last 3 weeks, meeting with lots of clients. I'm sure you're hearing a lot of these questions. In August, you wrote a piece called The Calculus of Value, where you said the market has moved from elevated to worrisome. And I'm wondering, when you look at this period compared, say, to 1973, 74, or 99, 2000, or 2007 to 2008, what is it that rhymes in terms of where we stand in the pendulum between greed and fear and optimism and pessimism and risk tolerance and risk aversion? And what makes you not think that we're at that kind of extreme yet, if that's still the case, that you don't yet think we're at that kind of extreme, most likely?
Well, I don't have my finger on the pulse, so I don't know where we are today or this week. But I think that when you look for comparisons, the strongest comparison, not a perfect comparison, and I'm not saying this is true in degree, William, but in kind, the strongest comparison is to the TMT internet.com bubble of 98, 99, 2000. The Nifty 50 was different because it was not around one novel technology, and it was around established great companies for the most part. I mean, there were no technological marvels that crapped out in the Nifty 50. And then the years 05, 6, 7 with the subprime and the mortgage-backed securities, subprime mortgage-backed securities, is not comparable because that was not a technological innovation. That was a financial invention. Nobody thought that subprime mortgage is going to change the business of housing. The houses were unaffected. It's just that they said, well, we can make money by giving financing to a new class of buyers, which turned